Churning. All right, everyone. Thanks for tuning in to our live today. I've got something very special to share with you. I have to tell you a little bit of a background. So I met Andrea a while back, probably, I don't know, 6-8 months ago, something like that. And she was a guest on Mr. Biz Radio because I was so compelled by what she's doing and the things that all sorts of different things she's doing. We've stayed in contact with each other. And subsequently to all of her being on the show, she developed this program that specifically, you might see the name down below, the Ultimate Guide to the 3 Biggest Mistakes That Parents Make. And it is a free resource. Yeah. So she reached out to me and she said, hey, would this be, good for your audience? And I said, man, there's tons of people that, are parents of teenagers. I'm a parent of a teenager. I've been a parent of a couple teenagers that are no longer teenagers. Might be able to tell by the gray hair. But I still have one. And I said, oh, absolutely. We've got tons of people who are, parents of teenagers. Again, free resource. You see the name down below. I want to get a little bit more. We're going to keep this relatively short, but I wanted to give you guys an idea of what this is. So you can get this. You can see the website scrolling below. We'll also put it in the comments, but shifthappensglobal.com/ultimate-guide is where you can go. Again, completely free, no strings attached. And it's actually a course.
Yes.
So this is something that Andrea would typically do and create and sell, and she's giving away for free to our audience. So without further ado, Andrea, tell everyone a little bit about you and your credentials. Like, why should we listen to you? Why are you good at this stuff?
Thank you. That's a big question. Well, my husband and I have been coaching collectively for over 40 years, which is a long time. And he's always like, don't tell people that, but it's true. And yeah, so we have an extensive background in, everything from NLP, hypnosis, success coaching, business coaching, EFT. So sort of all the modalities, my husband's sports psychology, all these different things that we've done. So over the years, what ended up happening was parents kept saying, I wish that you could teach my child what you've taught me. So we kept hearing that. And about 5 years ago, we said, you know what, let's just do it. So we literally created a program for teens, a mental wellness program for teens to help them understand how to use their mind as their best friend rather than their worst enemy. And it kind of blew up. We were absolutely shocked at the results that we had gotten from that program. We were working with schools, organizations, and privately. So we decided 2 years ago, how do we get this to the world? Because it's foundational. It's a foundational understanding that when you get it, what happens is you're no longer at the mercy of your circumstances. You're no longer dependent on the outside world having to be a certain way in order for you to be okay. You see that you have the infinite power within you to be, do, and have whatever it is that you want, and use your skills to your advantage so that you don't have to be like somebody else in order to be okay, so that you can be the pioneer, right? So we've put that course into action where it's now available for the world. We're very proud of it. It's called Shift Happens for Teens. And we also have a program that we are giving away totally for free. We went in the studio and recorded this, and it is called The Ultimate Guide to the 3 Biggest Mistakes Parents Make. And it's actually a 3-part program, but there's 9 modules to it, actually. And it's a full program to teach parents, because over the years, what we've seen is there are 3 common mistakes that parents make. So we wanted to be able to deliver that and also deliver with it. Along with it comes 33 ways to have deeper connections with your kids. And that is a little mini ebook. And I actually wrote that with my daughter, who's now 20. And it's just ways to get in there and have a better conversation, because it gets really old to say, how was your day? How was school? How are your friends? There's ways to get in there and get to know your kid better. So that's also included in this free course that we have. But we really looked at where is there that disconnect? Where do parents go wrong, and where could they we also give them the solution to the problem. Where could they make the shift to create better communication, better relationships, and bring up their children to understand that how to use their intuition and how to know that they have everything they need within them to prosper, so that they're not always looking outside for somebody to guide them, teaching them how to use their own internal guidance.
Yeah, I love it. And here's the thing. I mean, again, we're not going to keep this too much longer, guys. So bear with us a little bit, but check out the free resource. Again, you see the name here. Anyone who's had teenagers or has teenagers, number one, inevitably there are challenges, and you're trying to help them as a parent through those challenges. School challenges, sports challenges, relationship challenges, all sorts of things, right? Academic challenges. And then as parents as well, the things that we're trying to do when we're trying to help our teens,
Yes.
guide them through all this stuff. And especially if you've never had a teen before, and even if you have, I mean, I've got two now that are in their early 20s. There's tremendous amount of things in this course that will help you, even if you've been through it before. And especially if you've not been through it before, and maybe you're in the midst of it and you're like, holy crap, I want to pull my hair out all the time. And I don't know if I'm doing this right. You got to check this out. Again, the ultimate guide to the 3 biggest mistakes parents make. shifthappensglobal.com /ultimate-guide. You can see it below. Again, we'll put it in the notes as well. But again, it is free. It is a free resource. It's professionally recorded. It's not like, just some cell phone recorded thing. It's done in the studio. Good stuff. It's very good stuff. And as you can tell, Andrea knows her stuff. If you go check out their website, shifthappensglobal.com, you'll see more of what Andrea and her husband have been able to do. She's a regular on TV. They don't put you on TV if you're some schlep and don't know what the heck you're talking about. Andrea, anything else you want to add before we sign off here?
I think just for parents to know that there is support for their kids. I think kids are experiencing so much anxiety right now. There's so much pressure on kids. There's so much outside added pressure that I didn't have the experience of having, because when I was a kid there weren't cell phones, so bullying, things like that didn't follow me home. Now they do. Now you can't escape it. And I think for parents just to look for resources to encourage their child to know that no matter what is occurring in their world, that they're okay, and how to spend more time feeling good rather than worried about what other people think, or worried about how they're going to do on a test, or worried about what's going to happen at summer camp, or what's going to happen next year at college, or whatever it is. Those states of mind are not helpful, and we don't have to live in them. So we can actually teach them, how can I be nicer to myself? And in turn, when you're nicer to yourself, everything in your life prospers. So I think just to encourage parents to sort of look outside the box, as to how they can help their kids, live more an empowered life and live a more peaceful life. Because I think right now we're being bombarded with so much. It's hard to find your footing.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. All right, guys, we'll let you go. If you are in the U.S. and you're watching this, have a very happy and safe Independence Day. It's coming up tomorrow. We're recording this actually and doing this live on July 3rd for those watching, but those that will see it later. Again, the ultimate guide to the 3 biggest mistakes that parents make, free resource, shifthappensglobal.com /ultimate-guide. You can see the link below down here. And we'll put it in the notes as well, but definitely check that out. I know it's a great resource, and that's why I wanted to bring it to you guys. And thank you so much, Andrea, for providing for our audience for free. I mean, this is amazing.
Well, thank you so much for having me. I appreciate so much what you do and what you share. Thank you.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, guys, have a great holiday, and we will talk to you soon.